choker in this battle royal.
I am the visionary high flyer Matt Seidel. Early on in my career, I started developing a really good reputation as a wrestler who steals the shows, which eventually led to an opportunity with Ring of Honor. Me and Christopher Daniels became tag team champions, and all of a sudden, I got a message from SEMA, and I came out to Dragon Gate, and that's where I really learned this new secret art of wrestling. The future of wrestling. I knew I was a part of something special. Expecting to wrestle there my whole life changed really quickly through a few phone calls, and all of a sudden I found myself in Louisville, Kentucky at a developmental territory, and that was the first time I came across Cody Rhodes.
2006, 2007, Ohio Valley Wrestling, very much ships in the night. I was heading up to the main roster to be a TV wrestler, and he was coming into the developmental.
We've had tag matches, Cody and Ted against me and Kofi. We've been in six-mans together, but one-on-one, we haven't stood across the ring from each other.
When you're ships in the night like that and you pass, I think sometimes you tend to speculate on one another and not have the same respect you would have if you had actually mixed it up and faced off. I think it's one of the reasons why him and I perhaps have always respected the hell out of each other. Not really liked each other though.
So this match is not just inevitable, it's been waiting to happen for a really long time. To describe Cody Rhodes, I can't think about the guy I knew back in developmental or the guy I wrestled on Monday Night Raw. That's not the Cody I'm facing. I'm facing the Cody Rhodes who started AEW, who's grown a lot, who I've watched grow from a developmental wrestler to a main eventer. Cody has followed this really impressive path, this really great trajectory, but I never really thought he was better than me.
And Matt Seidel's one of these people who will give you the whole wrestling is art thing, which I just think is total bullshit. But he says that, and he talks about the third eye, and he always comes at you so, casual and kind of laissez-faire. But that's, to me, when I watch him wrestle, and I've seen him recently wrestle, those two seem very different. The personality he depicts and what you see out there in the ring. He is very much a gritty, genuine, kind of psychotic competitor. It throws me. Maybe that's part of the game with him, because the guy in the ring is as fierce as anybody we have on our roster.
Cody has Arn Anderson with a game plan. He's buttoned up, he's prepared. I'm a bit more of a free spirit than Cody. Inside the ring, outside the ring, I kind of like to let things happen on the fly. That's more my style. It's the middle way. That's what I mean by when I talk about looking through your third eye. You must have known Cody Rhodes would be right here on this poster. This whole company's about him, and now he's got another show, and is my match just a vehicle for him to promote his show? He's busy thinking about the Go Big show. He's thinking about executive business, answering emails, all these other things. Well, if you do not have both eyes focus on what's at hand, if you have one over here and one over there, you definitely don't have three eyes on the prize like I do.
I know that's something that he said, is that I'm preoccupied with this, I'm preoccupied with that. That's a mistake a lot of wrestlers will make when they put themselves up against me. There's a reason I've invested heavily in my brand, and that investment refutes me having my eyes on other things. If you do the work, you'll reap the benefits, and nobody does the work like I do.
So what's so important about this match and what's so wild about it is that Cody Rhodes and I are complete equals. He may be the face of AEW and executive vice president, but we're both 0-0 in 2021. Both of us are starting from a clean slate, a tabula rasa, and it's my chance to seize the spotlight, to seize this opportunity, and believe me, I have been waiting, I have been preparing for this moment.
Both of us know this is a big win. So not only would a win over Matt Seidel give me a 1-0 record for 2021, a win over Matt Seidel would put me in a unique spot on our rankings. I'm sure he thinks the same thing.
When we get into that ring, I'm gonna bring the best Cody Rhodes out. I am gonna see you at your best, because that's the Cody Rhodes I wanna beat, because that's the momentum I need, and that's how I'm starting my 2021.
Welcome to Winnipeg, Manitoba. It's a balmy minus 42 degrees here. Technically, it's warmer on the surface of Mars than where I'm standing here. We all know the invisible hand Don Callis likes to write history, but sometimes I like to review it. Why are we here today? Well, we're here today because this barren, desolate, coldest place on Earth is the birthplace of Kenny Omega. This is where Kenny Omega trained. This is where Kenny Omega became a man. And this is why Kenny Omega is going to beat Rey Fénix this Wednesday night on Dynamite. See, just back over there on that embankment was where a 12-year-old Kenny Omega did his first Terminator dive. He missed it, landed on his back on the ice. And he cried out as his uncle and I watched. He couldn't move, thought he'd broken his back. He asked us to help him, but we left him there. And for an hour and a half, we ignored his cries because we needed to teach him the lesson that serves him so well today. That is, there's no one coming to help you. You have to look within yourself to help yourself. That is in stark contrast to the background of the great Rey Fénix, who might be the best athlete in all of pro wrestling. But you see, Rey, since you came out of the womb, you were dubbed the Prince of Professional Wrestling of Lucha Libre, and you were coddled first by Conan, then by your brother Penta. And you've been coddled as a superstar that was born into this business ever since. Kenny Omega, while you were doing tumbling routines and pass-bys in Mexico City, Kenny Omega laid on that ice, waiting for help that would never come. And then that 12-year-old boy clawed his way up that riverbank. He fought his way back, and then he did that dive again perfectly. That's Kenny Omega. You've been given a powerful opportunity, Fénix, to do something that no one's been able to do, and that's to beat Kenny Omega. Well, I'm going to tell you one lesson. Real power is never given. Real power is something you take. Kenny Omega and I take power when we want it. So you see, Fénix, this is all relevant. This 40 below, it doesn't even feel cold to me and Kenny Omega because we're next level consciousness. So, I'm here to tell you, Fénix, I know you well. I had you in Impact Wrestling. You are mentally not strong like Kenny Omega. You did not go through what Kenny Omega did that day on that ice. No tienes corazón, Fénix. That's the difference. No heart. Not your fault, it's how you were brought up in the business. But I'm here to give you a little prediction for this Wednesday night on Dynamite. You're gonna hit some amazing moves that everyone will be talking about. And then, when it gets ugly, and Fénix, it will get ugly. You're gonna be looking for Conan, for Pac, and for Penta to help you. They're not coming. When it gets ugly for Kenny Omega, he looks inside himself like he did that day on the ice. And that's why Kenny Omega will take from you the last thing. We've taken the Mega Championship. We've taken your opportunity in the tournament. And now we're gonna take the only thing left, your pride. It's just how things go. It's how he was brought up. Your final lesson, Fénix? Nurture beats nature every time.
I have never thought of my world as small before. But recent events can really put into perspective how small we all are. It has also clarified for me how big and how important the service we provide is. Us as human beings need to stand together.
My name is Miro, and I'm all elite. I'll make my excuses. Now, don't choke something